Hey guys, Roland with Impress Computers. And today with me I've got Jonathan, our Office 365 expert, and we're going to be speaking about business email compromise, what it means to your business, and how it can have dramatic effects if you don't do something about it now. We've spoken in the past about the importance of email security, putting in multi-factor authentication or 2FA. But the bad guys are still finding ways to get into people's emails. And once they're in there, they're tracking things, they're making changes, and then they're diverting funds through wire transfers that are going to the wrong bank account. They're sending out emails to people's contacts. It can be disastrous for your business. So, Jonathan, obviously business email compromise is a big thing. Tell us about the new system that we've put in place that's now going to alert us if something does happen.
So right now we implemented what's called SaaS Alerts. SaaS Alerts are just what helps integrate into a multitude of platforms: 365, Google Workspace, Dropbox, Box, anything cloud-based you have your storage on. We want to go ahead and monitor that and make sure everything is safe, secure, and under lock. So with SaaS Alerts, it tracks a multitude of programs and files that just go ahead and access, change, logins, anywhere. We go ahead and set implementation and rules to make sure that it doesn't trigger false positives. We don't want to get alerted if, you're logging in from home, you're logging in from the workplace, or maybe you're traveling. So we can go ahead and start whitelisting certain places, locations, and go ahead and set it as strict as you want or as not strict as you want. It's just we feel with the customer and work with them to get it as strict as they want.
So say, for example, if people are predominantly running from Texas and somebody logs in from New York or somewhere from outside of Texas, you can set that to have an alert to say, hey, somebody's logged in from New York. What do you want to do about it?
Exactly, because it's a very prevalent issue. It's like, okay, we can get logged in from, Russia, the Philippines, China, but what happens if people are logging in from the United States? That might not be tracked correctly. So if you say, hey, I'm only working from Texas, I'm only ever going to work from Texas. Even if I travel, I'm just going to this Texas today. So I want alerts. I can go ahead and set a rule and say, if it does not match Texas or TX, then go ahead and we can do a sign out. We can do a password change. We can do a block login. And all you're really going to be doing is inconveniencing that one person instead of letting that sit, have the bad actor in there, tracking your emails, lying in wait, sending out fake emails, and you have no idea this is happening until, boom, you get hit, and you get hit with a customer email saying, what's going on?
And the big thing that where companies are getting impacted, you send out an invoice, you're corresponding with those people. If the bad guys are in your environment, they can then either come in and pretend to be you, using your email, and then set a rule to delete it. Or they could spoof your email and copy your signature. But because they're acting as the man in the middle, and it's in the middle of that chain, the person on the other end does not suspect, and they'll suddenly say, by the way, we've changed our bank account, here's the new bank details. And before you know it, the money's been diverted somewhere else. So by doing this, the great thing is, obviously, if somebody does manage to get past the security that we put in place, it can lock them out straight away, prevent the bad guys from getting into your emails. Now, obviously, some people don't want to be as strict as, hey, if it gets logged in from somewhere else, I just want to be notified, just in case I'm traveling. So what would happen in that case?
If you just want notification, you let us know, because we do have multitude of clients throughout the area. You can work in different countries, can work in different states. So just let us know, okay, here, this is what I want. I want to be notified if someone does log in. Maybe you do have a traveling agent. We can do a multitude of ways. We can whitelist that one user's account to just be an exception to the rule. We can whitelist the whole entire organization. Okay, so yeah, you're fine. You have multiple workers in the Philippines. You have workers overseas. You have workers in different states. We can go ahead and whitelist all of that. But if you do want to be a primary point of contact, we can go ahead and have automatically message you when an alert comes in as well. So that way you're notified, we're notified, and you just know, hey, I know this person's traveling. I don't need to worry about it. or hey, I know this person isn't. He's right beside me. I need to be worried about this.
He's not actually sitting in Russia at the moment. Now that's for people logging in, but what about other things like rules being created, downloading files or deleting files? Can you get alerts based on those things as well?
So yeah, there's a multitude of alerts. There's technically over about 700 alerts. I'm not going to go into them one by one, but the main ones we do care about are obviously you might not go through, if you have a multitude of files in a SharePoint, OneDrive environment, you're not tracking every single file. That's too tedious work to do. So we do have alerts to go ahead and set a limit on what you deem risky behavior, is what I like to call it.
All of a sudden, 300 files got deleted. That would be cause for concern.
Exactly. So you can go ahead and work with us to set the limit, and we'll get a trigger for that. If it's 50, 30, 100, 1,000, the lower it is, the more it will trigger for like small things, but it will still fall under one notification. So let's say they did 1,000 files, there'll be one main notification, but 250 of those 50 emails, oh, they deleted 50 files. But that's also good because there's also things like, oh, hey, I share out a document. Because, you're sharing out documents constantly, people from your OneDrive, things like that. It's easy use. So you share it out, and then you make the link and you kind of forget about it. Maybe you forgot, oh, I shared this document out a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. We will actually get notifications as well if that document gets access from outside the approved location as well. If you're a US-based company, a Texas-based company, oh no, my document's getting access from Russia. Oh, did that link get exposed? Am I exposed? We can go help track that down, and then to go ahead and lock that down.
Exposure could come from, you could share it with somebody else. His email could get compromised. And all of a sudden, the bad guys are accessing your files because he didn't have good email security.
Exactly. So you always want to make sure you look out for yourself. You're number one. Your customers, or your clients are your customer's priority. Sorry, they might not have the best security that you do with us.
Jonathan, thanks so much for your time. If you want to know more about business email compromise, how you can make yourself secure against this very critical thing that's happening at the moment, give us a call, 281-647-9977. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you.